Henry Kaiser was born in Brook, New York on the 9th of May, 1882 to Franz and Anna Marie Kaiser. He grew up in a humble background. It was not that his parents were essentially poor or improvident, but they could only afford the most basic of their needs. His father was a shoemaker who struggled to make ends meet. Growing up, Henry desired a better life. He keenly observed the situation of things at home and nursed the ambition of alleviating his family's condition. He attended elementary school and high school in Brook, doing odd jobs to augment what his father was capable of providing. Because of the hardship he endured as a child, Henry grew into a hard worker. As a teenager, he found a job as a cash boy in the employ of a Utica, New York department store. He also worked as an apprentice for several photographers in the city. He raised some money from all his endeavors and started a photograph studio, and although there was middling success achieved, he still had his mindset set on doing something greater with his life. The reality that he needed to up his game dawned on Henry when he met his future wife and was rejected by her family on the grounds that he would be unable to provide her needs. It took extra effort at work before he was able to raise enough money to impress her. While living with his new wife, Henry felt the urge to exploit and outdo his parents. The desire to create wealth was like a clarion call which he adhered to. Henry realized that there weren't many opportunities for him in New York, so he saved up money and moved to Washington State together with his wife. At Washington State, he started a construction company and took contracts from the government. He worked diligently as a contractor and was finally living a life close to his childhood dreams. Henry soon came up with a vision to expand his business, and this was when his struggle began. It was a grail to clinch contracts, and sometimes he was understaffed as his company was under-equipped. He was turned down a number of times but was buoyed by the resolve to rise above mediocrity. Soon, with hard work and dedication, fortune smiled at him. His company expanded considerably as well as his net worth. He encountered several setbacks as time progressed, but managed to triumph. He soon started to build ships, but the Second World War came and business sank. Henry, like other entrepreneurs, was greatly affected by the war. His ships cracked and he incurred great losses. But with his mind set on the ultimate goal, to leave a mark on the world, he persevered. Today, Henry is regarded as the father of modern American shipbuilding. There's no gainsaying the fact that setbacks are a source of despair to all and sundry. No one appreciates difficulties, especially when the difficulties undo every progress they have made. But we must all devise a coping mechanism for those difficulties, and there's no better way to deal with setbacks than perseverance. Thomas Edison said, "Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up." Setbacks are experienced by anyone who makes effort, and nobody is exempt. Setback could destroy efforts that have taken several years to make. While it's okay to halt when we experience them, it's advisable for one to know when to get their act together and keep making efforts. Henry Ford said, "Failure is only the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently." We should brace ourselves to face failures whenever we set out to achieve any goal, and we should always tap into the lessons our failures have taught us and persevere. B.F. Skinner said, "A failure is not always a mistake. It may simply be the best one can do under the circumstances. The real mistake is to stop trying." At every point in Henry Kaiser's life, setbacks reared up, but he overcame because he led a life of perseverance.